Hey, it's Chris again. Just thinking about kids and chores. I don't know what age each parent decides that it's time for their kids to do some chores, or if you spoil your kids rotten and they don't do any chores. I'm a firm believer that the kids need to do some chores. They need to learn how to take care of themselves in the future, and they need to have that feeling of responsibility. Also, somebody somewhere along the line has got to tell them that mom and dad, or mom or dad, whatever the situation is, whoever their parent is, that gets up every day and goes out into the world and busts their ass and works, from dusk till dawn just to provide a roof for them and, all their living needs. Does that, because they have to. It's their job. We all need to work. They also do that because they know if they work hard, the rewards are there. Kids, let's face it, kids don't know that. They just expect mom and dad bring home, the groceries, and there's always a roof over their head. They don't know, in the beginning when they're young, they don't know how that roof is paid for. They don't know how the groceries got there. They just know that we're out of my favorite cereal. What do you mean we don't have Captain Crunch? Why don't we have that? We're out of milk. How come you didn't bring home milk? It doesn't stay that way. We teach them, parenting. But in the beginning, somebody's got to tell them. They'll figure it out at one point, but why not tell them in the beginning? Hey, you work hard, you get rewards. You do your chores, whether you give little rewards of, hey, you get to live today, or you provide money at the end of the week, and an allowance. That's each parent's decision, what they want to do. And some kids are just downright good kids. They realize that mom and dad need help around the house, picking things up. Worked all day, came home tired. Kids cleaned up the house, got their homework done. There's no fighting. It's rare. You're going to have fights. You're going to have teenagers. You're going to have preteens. Unfortunately, you sometimes have the college kids that move back in and make a mess. That's just life. But you got to tell them. You got to teach them. Set up some rules. I've got my granddaughter, when she's with us, she's at the house, she's got a chore. She's 3. I remind her when she's there, hey, let's feed the dogs. She's all about it. She doesn't realize it's a chore. She wants to help. She wants to feed the dogs. But that's her chore. I'm letting her feed the dogs. And a little responsibility. She feeds the dogs. Her and I go play. We'll go to the nursery. We'll buy some plants. We'll plant some plants. We do a lot of good little things like that. But it starts somewhere. And sometimes you got to just be blunt and tell them, hey, this is how it is. Unless you're rich, and then you do what you want. You teach them however you want. But if you're working your ass off to provide a great life for these children, sometimes you got to tell them that you're working your ass off. You're putting that work in every day so they can have a great life. Sometimes if they're not told bluntly, they don't respect it. They're going to love you no matter what, but be blunt with them. Tell them you're putting in that work, and here's why. I work hard because I want this out of life. I work hard because I deserve this out of life. Nobody owes me a damn thing. I'm going to go out and earn it. That's what you got to tell your kids. Sometimes you don't want to be rude to your kids. Sometimes you don't want to hurt their feelings. We all make that mistake. I definitely did. I was afraid my kids would be upset with me sometimes. I didn't want to be that rude or come down that hard. They love you. They'll figure it out. Sometimes you just got to get in their face and let them know what's happening. And it all works out. But, yeah, you got to tell them, hey, I'm putting in this work. I deserve greatness. You deserve greatness. I'm working so we could have these things. And the more I work, the better life is. It'll set in. That responsibility will set in, and they'll love you for it. Maybe not when they're doing the chores. They'll cuss you and everything else. Oh, I know, not your baby. Your baby's not going to cuss you. Yeah. Wait till they hit preteen and teens and you walk away after, telling them they can't do something because chores aren't done and grounding them for life. Yeah, they're going to cuss you when you walk away. You're never going to hear it, but they're going to. I did it. You did it. So, anyways, tell them what's going on. Get in their face. Tell them work hard and the rewards will come. Show them you work hard, rewards will come. That's all I got. I know that's a lot, long-winded, round and round in circles, like always. And you're watching it because you're getting something out of it, or you're laughing your ass off because, well, I just ramble on. Either way, love your kids.